First of all, Snap Retail is a great company that definitely helps retailers. I wish they had been around in the very beginning for me in my retail store endeavors. But what I want to share with you is a little bit about what Jeremy was talking about today. I am the former vice president of Ambiance Interiors. Back last year, I actually turned over my shares to my mother. She and I owned Ambiance together. And just to kind of walk you through how I got started in my social media and e-marketing endeavors. At Ambiance, we were located in a pink house. Like Jeremy said, we drove a polka-dotted Hummer that we dubbed Dottie. Matter of fact, I actually still use Dottie today because she's so valuable in the fact that that's how people recognize me. So with Dottie, she came about in our interior design business. We were going from property to property, and a lot of times in Georgia, they would not install driveways in residential properties until the very end. So we were ruining our cars, and I went to my mom one day and said, you know what, let's put on our billboards and purchase Dottie. And she was like, what are you talking about? What's Dottie? And I said, well, it's going to be it's a Hummer, black. We're going to go buy a black Hummer, and we're going to polka dot it. And she said, what do you mean? I said, it's going to look exactly like our gift wrap. And she said, are you crazy? You know? And I said, no, but it'll get so much attention everywhere we go. Everybody will know that Dottie's there. And sure enough, Dottie became her own little iconic celebrity here, not only in Georgia, but now she is even an iconic celebrity in Las Vegas for my company putting out. But for Ambiance, we started out in the industry. We were Gwinnett's best to best for interior design for, I think we ended up being for 8 or 9 consecutive years. I kind of lost count. We were also a Southern Living favorite shopping experience. And we had the privilege of winning a top 50 retail shining star from Home Accents Today magazine. We have also been named a Retail Excellence Award gold winner for Gifts and Decorative Accessories magazine. In the city that Ambiance resided in, we actually had a proclamation day, and it was still there. So every September 25th, there's Ambiance Day in the city of Suwanee. So a little bit about the awards that we had won. The Retail Excellence Award was given to us by Gifts and Decorative Accessories, especially for promoting and marketing Ambiance. And this was an award given in 2003. And since then, we've had the privilege of winning 2 Arts Awards, which is the Accessories Resource Team Award. If you are not a member of the Accessories Resource Team and you are in the home industry, I highly recommend that you look into that organization. It's a fabulous organization that you can learn a lot from as well. This is just kind of a little bit about our design portion of our business. You can tell how we started out doing elevations. This is actually with the back wall of our store. You can see the actual picture here. And inside Ambiance, we had everything from decorative accent pillows to even the smallest Kleenex that we would display in paint cans. So we kind of stepped it out with our displays. We carried home accessories, jewelry, lighting. We even had a bridal registry. We had furniture and men's gifts, tabletop and gourmet foods. And what I learned several years ago was that newspapers, TV, direct mail, radio, and billboards, they simply weren't working for us at Ambiance. And that was one of the reasons that we purchased Dottie, because we knew that we were easily able to track in our POS system. We would ask new customers, how did you hear about us? And we actually kept track and kept a record of how people heard about us. And the majority of times it was either word of mouth or drive-by. Those print ads just typically would start to drop off, and we had a lot of them out there. We had back covers of magazine ads. We had front covers. We were even on front covers of several magazines here in Atlanta. We also had quarter-page ads inside national magazines. But the end-of-print ads for Ambiance came when we did a $10 gift certificate, no purchase necessary. Absolutely no purchase necessary. The back of these ads, if you can imagine the editor of these magazines and even our sales rep going, Christi, you're crazy. You can't really run a $10 off. You know, you can run $10 off, but you're going to give away a lot of merchandise, with this gift certificate. No purchase necessary. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to try it. So, of course, my mom freaked out. She is just, oh my gosh, we are going to be out of inventory. And I said, I promise you we're not, okay? For the past 6 months, I've pulled reports, and I'm really kind of disgusted. So for every one of these last ads, we're going to see before we re-sign a contract. Well, what we learned was that we were only getting about 10 gift certificates back for free merchandise on publications that were reaching audiences of about 20,000. So that was a proven fact, and my mom said, okay, no more. Okay, because we all want to see our name in print. Okay, it's just a fact. You want to see your name in print. It feels good to hand somebody a magazine and say you're in it. You know, that's all good. But if you think about the amount of money that you're spending to do that, is astronomical. Because there's so many free things out there that make things so much easier and for a lot less in cost, but yet it takes a little bit more time and dedication, maybe on your part, or maybe hiring another staff member to do some of these things for you that I'm going to be speaking about. The first thing is that Ambiance, we had sent emailers to our customers for over 8 years. We knew that emailers were a way to get our customers in the door. And why did we really choose e-marketing? We didn't. Our customers chose it for us by responding. That's how they would respond. We would send an emailer to 200 or 300 people in the very beginning and get way more response than we would off of that one ad. So even if your email list is small, it's okay. Start it out small, build it up. Don't think, well, I only have, 50 email addresses. Okay, start out with that 50. You never know where it's going to get you. So with e-marketing, what I wanted to share with you is, just some online activities of generational differences, because a lot of people think, well, maybe my store patrons aren't, really doing this whole e-marketing thing. They're not really on their email. They're not on their Facebook. They don't even have a Facebook. They don't have a Twitter. They don't know how to do that Twittering or that Facebooks thing. So, there's all kinds of things that people will say to you. So what I want you to look here is at Generation X, which is ages 33 to 44, all the way to ages 55 to 63 for the older boomers. These have the highest percentage of getting health information online, buying online, and even banking online. So yes, your customer is there, I promise you. So retailers absolutely must do online marketing such as Facebook and Twitter. If you don't do anything else, set up a Facebook and Twitter account. Okay, but these are some of the other marketings that I'm going to be speaking about. Not only social media marketing, and by the way, when people refer to social media marketing, they're talking about Facebook, Twitter, Dig, anything at LinkedIn, that is social media marketing or social media. So whenever we're speaking of social media marketing, it's a little bit different, and it's a little bit different than people think. And that's what I'm going to be going through with you today. And then, of course, email marketing. Email marketing is still the #1 source for being able to market to your consumers. And then there's a new thing called mobile marketing. Has anybody heard of mobile marketing? Has anybody gotten a text message when they're like near a subway and wonder, how did they know I was here? Well, it's Bluetooth mobile marketing. And then voice interaction. There's some things that we would do with voice interaction. I would actually send out a phone call to my customers, a mass phone call. About 7,000 would go out at one time. And of course, we would get 5 people that would call and complain. And then we would nicely say who we were and that we were local. And they would say, oh, in many cases it would be men. And they would say, oh, well, has my wife been in there lately? Well, yes, she has. Well, is there anything that she liked? Yes, sir, there is. We actually have her wish list right in front of us. Oh, well, can you go ahead and wrap me up a gift? At first my employees would say, oh, I dread it when you send out one of those phone calls, Christi. And I would say, why? And they said, because we get so many people that just call and cuss at us. And I would say, well, what are you saying back? Well, we just tell them we're really sorry. Don't apologize. Let them know who you are, that we're not just a typical, company, we're actually local, their family shops here, name the family's name, and see what happens. And from that point forward, we were able to turn those 5 to 10 people who would call and complain into customers before the end of the day. So voice interaction is also very, very important. But social media is absolutely should be number one on your list if it's not already. That's the reason I absolutely love it. I use things obviously once you set up your Facebook fan page, which Snap Retail actually has a great video on helping you set up your Facebook fan page. And I believe that they can even help you do that in their showroom in Building 2, 1800. But from that point forward, after you set up your fan page, you're going to want to start using the Facebook apps, okay? Because this is how you are making money. Believe it or not, these Facebook apps are going to help you make money. And by doing things like posting on your wall whenever you have a new arrival, you can even post photographs, videos of your store. You can post photographs of your new arrivals, such as we've done here. We had just gotten a collection, this was last year, we had just gotten a collection of coats and we post them online immediately, okay? And by doing so, what do you think happens? Do you guys know what happens when you post something on a Facebook fan page? Okay, all those people that like you, you're showing up in their news feed, okay, what's called the news feed. And to me, I view the news feed like the new newspaper, okay? So look at Facebook as your new newspaper. That's the number one thing that you should really think about. You know, forget the paper newspaper. Matter of fact, how many of them have gone out of business in the past couple of years? Okay, because Facebook is taking over, because people can like your company and they're saying, okay, it's okay for these people to send me their information. So we would post things like new arrivals. We would also post thank yous to our customers. But the other thing that we would also post is community events and fundraisers, because we not only made our page about us, but we also made it about the community.